Not just dark, not just gritty, I mean dangerous. It's not protecting the character in any way, shape, or form. It's stripping Bruce down to the core and testing him. That's exactly why Absolute Batman Volume 2 surprised me. In comparison to Volume 1, this Absolute Batman blew me away. I can't stress enough how hooked I was to this comic and how the story just kept consistently drawing me in, literally back to back to back to back. Every time something happened, a plot point, a plot twist, something was revealed, a lot of flashbacks to Bruce's past and how his childhood and his friendships affected the current state of which he's in, or the current things that are happening within this volume. Bruce gets dragged through literal hell.
You can't keep getting away with this!
It is the most pain and suffering that I personally have ever seen in a Batman comic in my entire life. And I am not exaggerating. The take on the villains in this version, we know that every single character, Joker, Bane, it's that character but on steroids with a twist. Every single character or villain has a twist, but yet they do have an essence from the original characters. Now, Bruce is getting hit with trial after trial after trial. They kind of let us know that Alfred somehow has some sort of past connection to Bane and to the Joker. Gotham is some sort of a laboratory experiment or a project to these people. The more conflicts Bruce runs into during this comic, the more they become personal. And when I say personal, I mean they go after the people he loves. They make sure he's not only physically in pain, I'll get into that, but he is also emotionally in pain. He's so fueled by rage in this and by emotion, rightfully so, that he kind of starts getting his ass beat. He gets absolutely destroyed. And I'm not trying to say he's a weak Batman. Absolutely not. He's 420 pounds and he is 6'9". You can see how they are psychologically breaking him down little by little, and they're building up to a huge moment. This Bruce Wayne, as we know, is not afraid to tiptoe around the line of someone. He's not the type to, yes, he avoids at all costs, but he's not afraid to sever a limb, chop someone's fingers off, do some insane stuff, and draw some real life blood. This Bruce Wayne is a lot grimmer, and it definitely does fit the vibe of Volume 2, and he needs to be that way, especially in this volume. His no-kill rule definitely does get completely pushed to the edge. It's tested, and he gets to a point where he wants to kill somebody, and I'm not gonna say who that somebody is, and that goes to show how psychologically broken down he is and how depressed and messed up in the mind he is. Obviously, Catwoman plays a big role in this. It shows their past relationship. We get a lot of flashback to their old relationship. It doesn't really show what happened between them. All we do know is she has some sort of a connection to the Black Mask from Volume 1 because of the shape of her helmet. The crazy and best thing about this comic is that all of the original characters, Oswald Cobblepot, the Riddler, they are all close friends of Bruce, including Harvey Dent. And their origin stories are so unorthodox, and they are literally fabricated. How the Riddler becomes the Riddler, how Harvey Dent becomes Two-Face, how Oswald Cobblepot becomes the Penguin. It is so dark. Okay, let's get into Bane. Bane is literally Bane on steroids, which doesn't even make sense because Bane is already Bane on steroids. But this is Bane on steroids on Bane on steroids. Okay, do you understand me? Bane towers over him. When I say he towers over him, I mean he's probably like 12 feet tall. With the Venom injections, probably more. When he enhances it, probably more, bro. He's one of those lab experiments that are just completely blasphemous to the original creation of a human being. His morality becomes more rigid in this because of the extent and how much he is pushed. I think any human being, especially a human being that has already been through so much trauma. This is a Batman and it's a Bruce Wayne that has no money. So he doesn't even have that backbone. He's had completely to rely on his architect background and his craftiness and his creativeness. Now, his combat in this is so beautiful. And the background to how he even learned his martial arts through his friend, Waylon, is just absolutely beautiful. It's so much more realistic, but at the same time, it's not really that realistic. We're talking about a Gotham City or a universe that is literally hell on earth. His relationship with Alfred, this Alfred isn't the same. This Alfred is a badass. He has a violent background. As I said, we find out he has some sort of connection to Bane. That does not get explained in any way, shape, or form. But Alfred is kind of looking from an outside perspective, very much psychologically analyzing Bruce. And he does this from the beginning. In Volume 1, we can see how Alfred is always watching Bruce and his psychology, it intrigues him, and it inspires him, and he kind of can't understand Bruce for a while until he finally says, damn, I kind of like this guy. And Alfred does create a soft spot for Bruce. I guess they had to stick to that originality, is where Alfred does play a role in Bruce Wayne's life. He's one of the major things and is one of the main pillars that are keeping him moving forward. Bane represents political corruption, because Bane is a product of political corruption. He's a product of political oppression. So when they go back and they show Bane's story and how he kills his father, spoiler alert, he kills his father, he brings him back. Guess who pops up in a helicopter when they get off the island? The Joker. The man who never laughs. He does not laugh. He pulls up like some rich billionaire type of guy, because in this universe, Joker is a billionaire. From that point on, all we know is that Bane has some sort of connection to the Joker. And it's extremely sad because we see Bruce's friends all get absolutely destroyed by Bane. Also, Victor Freeze, I can't forget about him. Mr. Freeze, he's this diabolical, demonic looking thing, lanky as hell, disgusting. He plays a small role in the comic. I'm not gonna get too into him, but I didn't want to forget about him. The saddest part of the story is what Bruce has to endure in seeing all of his friends going through pain and agony and put into these terrible, horrific, inhuman states. I'm trying to get you guys to understand the emotional agony that Bruce was going through. Bruce gets kidnapped, put into Arkham, becomes one of their puppets. He gets injected with the venom that Bane injected with to test him. This is how ballsy Bruce Wayne is. The only way that him and Alfred concluded that he could beat Bane was with using the venom. He said no, got Catwoman and now the Riddler to extract it from his body, and he said no, I'm gonna fight him without any venom. We're talking about a Bane that has no venom limitations. He can basically grow to any capacity. He realizes he has to kill Bane. He kills Bane, okay? There was no hesitation in this. I think he views Bane as some sort of creature at this point. He doesn't even view Bane as human. The world building in this comic is just insane. It's like there's literally a pulsating heart in Gotham. Everything about Gotham is diabolical, eerie, and it's so dystopian and out of a horror movie that it feels like Gotham itself is birthing these things. In a sense, it is, because little do we know, underground Gotham, Arkham, is a place where they're testing all of these things and making all of these monsters and creatures. It's not like your average Clayface story where Clayface has an accident, he becomes Clayface. It's not like that. Things are being planted by the elites. Now, in terms of the art, I was not a fan of the first couple of issues. I believe it was until issue 7 there was a new artist. No shade to this artist, but he did not do Bruce Wayne justice. I actually have a picture.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Why is he fat? Why does he have 2 chins, brother? Was not the best artist. Now, it wasn't bad by any means. It just was not living up to the first volume. After issue 7, it's fine. Let me get into the Red Hood gang. Leader, Harley Quinn. Plot twist! This Harley Quinn actually ends up helping Bruce Wayne. I love the twist that they took on it. I like how he has a relationship with them and they end up helping him take down Bane. The reason this volume works is because from start to finish, we are getting action, plot twist, character building, and exactly what you need for a reader to be stuck to the page. I was losing sleep over this comic. I was genuinely enjoying and hooked to this comic. If this is the direction that Absolute Batman is gonna go in and continue going in, there is no stopping them. This is potentially gonna go down as one of the best Batman runs of all time. We're gonna see animated adaptations. We might even see a live action adaptation in the future. We don't even know how far this could go. DC, I love you. If I could physically have DC in front of me right now, I would give it a kiss. Big ass, beautiful ass, round logo, the round blue logo, I would absolutely smooth. Is this an essential read? Yes. Out of 10, what would I rate it? 10 out of 10 read. Immaculate and perfect. Please go read Absolute Batman Volume 2. I urge you to do that. If you liked the video, if you guys enjoyed my commentary, hit the subscribe button. I love you guys. God bless you guys. I'm out. Bye-bye.